Oh, what? God damn, I can't. Hold on, wait. I keep starting it and then keep forgetting that I actually have to press another button now, because usually in the other game it just like immediately started up to DDLC window. But hey guys, what's going on? My name is Liz Freddo, and welcome back to another episode of DDLC. This is episode 15, I want to say. And on the last episode we finished, obviously, our second playthrough, which is on DDLC Plus. Around this time around, because I wanted to see if I could get any like unread dialogue, any sort of things like that. And but yeah, let's just keep going on here. I don't know if, well, that's a little loud. Hold on, I'm gonna turn down my volume here. All right, good, perfect. Start a new game. What are you talking about? I already started a new game. I see an annoying girl running towards me in the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school on days like this, but starting around high school, she would just oversleep more and frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the classroom and let catch up to me. Oh God, Jesus. All right. Oh, I guess some bugs haven't been worked out. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. Yeah, always, man. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. Yeah, I might wonder. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly in the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Connor? Whoa, Jesus. Oh my God. Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. Oh, really? Really now, huh? It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Well, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? Haha, about that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what clubs did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Whoa, no, don't do that. Literature? That sounds like kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members or something that sounds so boring. Well, I could see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the classroom. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature, too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Connor. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? Whoa, I need to start my recruitment now, bro. Come on now, don't do that to me. I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you can do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could come at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how can I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Oh, awesome. You're really sweet, Connor. Did you know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. Well, Jesus. Okay, get me out of here now. I'm freaking out for Monica. Every scene is just like, yeah, you know. It's just, you know. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I dejectedly follow Monica across the room, school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. Oh, don't do that now. Whoa, okay, relax. Relax with all that. I guess? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Connor. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess, you're Monika's boyfriend, right? No, don't pull me. Don't do that now. What? No, I'm not. Natsuki, the girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Anyway, this is Natsuki's energetic as usual, and this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Connor in a classroom, and he decided to come check by the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that. I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Connor? Yeah, sure. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. So you really didn't plan on coming here. But we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president in the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You can put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have really worked hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before sitting on the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let you get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Connor, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read over these past few years, I didn't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Oh yeah, that's right. I never understood the significance of that, but I guess she's like this now because I'm not gonna say. I don't want to see if I do another playthrough in her story, but not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep, psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with The Rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really? Well, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over from me to a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Well, what? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give me that back! Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess I sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No, Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident reader yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone's even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president, after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Connor? Hold on, there's still one problem. And what's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica, you may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All three girls stand back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... These girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I don't know if I should... Hold on here. Let's say already like I'm trying to get rid of. But not like entirely, you know? I guess I need to tell you the truth, Connor. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4, and I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision with this like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. It seems like they would let you at the festival if you're trying to like drum up recruitment. I feel like it would be like a week after the festival, because if you do like a good job recruiting, you might actually get more members. I don't agree with that leading style. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. But I think that's just because the point of the festival is to have fun, but also because to get new members, you know, and to write the thing up. So it doesn't seem rational that if you don't have enough members before the club, that they would get rid of you, you know, or before the festival, they'd get rid of you. I don't understand that. I don't get it. I think that's kind of stupid, but whatever. I feel terrible for letting anyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right, okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Connor? Yeah, it could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really did just leave after this, I'd be super pissed. Connor, I'm so happy. We could become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Everything you can? Yeah, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Connor, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I always feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, these girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. Yeah, I'm sure you can't. With that, I depart my club room and make my way home. My whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between all the 3 girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day in school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright then. We all know what words we're going to be choosing here. Yo, then like the special poem. Would you like to read it? Yes. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how it feels now. Am I supposed to be the responsible one, though? So I don't think I'll be doing it again unless I decide I kill myself. I left a memento of the occasion below. Jesus Christ, that's not really special. Fuck, you know. I wonder if I manipulate that image a little bit. I'll see if I can get like a picture from it, you know. Okay, so determination, yeah, okay. breathe, agonizing, incongruent, variant. This is easy now. After image, intellectual, unstable, sensation, existence, excitement. Oh, never mind. That was unrequited, extraordinary. What? How is that Natsuki? I don't get it. You need to quit. All right, you need to quit. I will do you next time. All right. Pleasure, ambient, entropy, disoriented, uncontrollable, melancholy, electricity. I'll do Natsuki next time. I'm focusing on Yuri now, all right? Hi again, Connor. Good to see you didn't run away on us. Haha, nah, don't worry. This may be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back to the literature club. It was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Whoa, okay. Oh, don't do that to me. Thanks for keeping your promise, Connor. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment to you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, Jesus. What happened to Natsuki there? Oh, come on, Lexi deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to come by here or hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, you won't see the end of it. Oh, Jesus, what? Hello, Natsuki. Certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the classroom, possibly? Why can't get your ass out of the way? I can't read it. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Connor. We'll make sure to put you on your comfort first, okay? Natsuki shirts. Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I still can't say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'll be happy to pick up a book for you if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, what the fuck? The screen is like zooming in a little bit. I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. This is like, is this really happening or am I imagining this? We're like getting closer to her chest. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked up a book that you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading it so much. Yuri, thanks you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. This is making me feel like squeezed in, dude. Phew. Well, you read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Oh, there you go. Now I'm back. That's that's a little rough there. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that shouldn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for the chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. Yeah, I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I'd feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap, I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... Is that the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, I stopped by the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious between here. Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse. They start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. What? You didn't say that the first time, Yuri. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. That dark term came out of nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Connor? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Is it just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective? When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway, then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Holy shit. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess I'm alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets incredibly... I forget to pay attention to people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. Can I see, like, the actual, like... I know I can see, like, the records, but I don't know if I can. Settings, possibly? No. Save game, load game issue. You used to be able to see the, history right here. There we go. I guess it's alright then. I feel like I have this problem when I kind of forget to pay attention to other people sometimes. Oh, I didn't get to see the hijack text, I guess. Yeah, but because this world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway, then suddenly... I could see that one, but I couldn't see the other one. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's the literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, dude, don't... Dude, this game is just fucking... Because I know what's gonna happen. It's just even that much... Yes, I mean, you don't have to, but what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book I hadn't put in my bag. Jesus Christ. Oh, this game isn't even that scary, but, whatever. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not like I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulders as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just bathing in the feeling of your body. Yuri, you don't really apologize, don't you? I do. I didn't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Yeah, this should work, right? I slide in my desk until I'm up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here! This guy again. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way if I turn the page, Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to the side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me, as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Yeah, sorry. I think I got a little distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me and I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as it catches under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds you a little bit. No, I don't relate to that character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. That's it. That's a good one. That's different. I don't think that one initially was in the other one. Are you feeling all right? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. All right, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Connor, did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say that I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I'm just making sure you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. All right, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Should we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I just stand up. I make a mental note of lift her from the book and then slip into back into my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, scrape the bottom of the barrel again, I guess. I thought Natsuki was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I share with her first. You get the crappy ones. Because obviously I do eventually want to expand more on her story. Don't worry, guys, if you guys want to hear more about her. But I want to get Yuri out of the way first, then I'll do her, and then I'll do Sayori. So that's kind of my plan right now. What the fuck? Oh my Jesus Christ! What the fuck was that? Connor, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What do you expect me to believe you actually put effort into this? You think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in the effort. We'll start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry, you'll get better anyway. I'll tell you what to improve on, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you probably think it's stupid. Yeah, eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. That's a depressing poem, but, I mean, I could understand the pleasure to it. Yeah, I told you I wasn't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing needs to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. I don't think I wrote a single sophisticated thing in high school. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, set up for a rhyme at the end, and it made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Good one there. Who should I show my poem to next? Yeah, Monica's the last person. Okay. Hi, Connor. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're doing everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Don't be so fucking creepy. How about that? Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Connor. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But that's the sort of barrier that we can all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Connor. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why. I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's all full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel Yuri's mind is totally detached from reality. I don't mean that's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that way she gets all happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must really starve for social interaction. So don't blame on her coming for a little strongly. Like earlier, I feel she gets too stimulated. She ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We all had plenty of time, so I'm more glad that it took the time you needed. All right, thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get the poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. All right. Hole in the wall, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on a flat sheet of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Damn. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. There's a lot of poems that have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What is that inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. So if you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up a bit later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll get a big dark red puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Thank you for telling it to me. And Yuri's the last one, obviously. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but ends up bringing it to her full face. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I learned to pick up on them. And I think the most noticeable thing I realize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form the fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her trail of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not that just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but all comes with practice, learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which in and of itself is kind of funny. That's a nice picture, too. I'm going to take that one. It's kind of wholesome. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light, the tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue light green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air with the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. Nice. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I usually just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even if it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. No, not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I used to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Connor. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But you remember that poems often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too, so... Nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Connor. Me too. Yes, phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced across the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika's writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As I read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Oh, did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to her desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? Oh, go away, damn it. 10 a.m. alarm. It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Connor did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Connor liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Connor appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Connor started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! Taking it out on your own insecurities and others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch. Edgy? Sorry, that my lifestyle is too much for something of your mental age to understand. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves before they graduate middle school, you know? If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Connor hear everything about you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing here. Connor, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did I get dragged into this? That'll be... Fuck, I don't know. Yuri. Fuck, I don't know, dude. What do you want me to do? I'm pressing Yuri, dude. Oh my god, holy fuck, dude. Don't you do that to me. Hey, Connor, why don't we just step outside for a little bit, okay? Jesus, that scared me. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never did have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh, jeez. Christ. That sucks. She quickly runs away. Oh, dear. Well, it looks like they're done. God damn. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth on her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri, I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki, or did. Connor, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We all know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget about it by tomorrow. Completely. Completely? Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home if you want. Yuri looks at me as if she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take the responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Connor. It would be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really did Oh, okay. Damn, Monica's just... I think she just put an end to that at all. She didn't want it anymore. Okay, shit, I don't know. That was crappy. But as you guys know, they're gonna forget about it completely. As if it never happened, you know? Full forgiveness. Passion. Oh, well, I can't... Bro, determination. I gotta up this. Intellectual, incapable, tenacious. Yeah. Uncontrollable. Oh my god, what the hell? What's this? Jesus, okay. Incongruent. I probably should not have chosen that one, but whatever. Another day passes. It's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Connor. Hi, Yuri. Damn, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna have to censor that one out if I'm not on you. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs with me in the air a little. Yuri glances over his shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki's reading manga at the desk, and surprisingly, Monica isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me in the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not like me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You really don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I'd already decided that there's no way you could be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Connor, don't say those kind of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything a little bit brighter with you around. And, sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monica? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I really can't help worrying a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the hell are you talking about? Or heck, sorry. Did you do something yesterday? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't really remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But I'll accept your apology anyway if that helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear, since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Well, that's a little wholesome between those two. That's nice. Hey! Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be too late. You guys aren't worried or anything? Nah, well, Natsuki was. I was not! What took you so long, anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I just kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Don't give me much more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication. so I'm still impressed. Well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. Monica looks at me. Well, I'm thinking of writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Connor. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping I could share it with you anyway. Well, I guess that's what I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose not to bring anything up the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki's already run off into the closet. Connor, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. Well, of course, yeah, right? No, don't want to hang out with me outside of school or nothing like that. Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyway. Okay. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath and pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. Actually, I have a request. Would you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to my closet. I follow her and watch her as she receives a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with the filter inside. Can you hold on to this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches me an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in the teacher's desk and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially those because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. I won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Did Yuri leave you again? Nah, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be was near the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. Ha 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 ha. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale is like someone sucking air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri! I reach the corner. I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Connor, do you like oolong tea? Yeah, anything's fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature in the kettle to 200 degrees. What the hell is going on, dude? For God's sake. I'm trying to... Bro. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. Shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll even be more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming to herself a little bit. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a little bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. As it turns out, it's not very hard for me to do. When it's with you who's around, anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Connor. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of water for each of us. Connor, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can't read with my back against the wall rather than bending over on my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's almost likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes, I have terrible reading posture, so that's why you should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. A small bag of chocolate candies. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri is always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hands that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She's wears her intense reading position, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Ah, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. All right. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I won't have a hard time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lip as if the situation was completely normal. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Eh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me as if she needs to confirm what just happened. Connor. Sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't... Connor. Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me up to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. The hell are you spilling my tea for? You just made that shit for me. Connor, my heart won't stop pounding, Connor. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Connor? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Holy fuck. Holy shit. Ah, no. This is creepy as hell. It's just a light that's fucked up. Who turned the light off? Oh, it's time to share poems. Who should I show my poem to first? That's a fucking one. Who's a little closer one? Yeah, just as I thought. Connor, come on, I'm not stupid. I know how much time you're spending with Yuri. It's obvious you care more about impressing her than trying to improve your writing. To put it bluntly, it's kind of pathetic. Why are you even in this club, Connor? Honestly, I thought getting a new member would help everyone get more involved together, not exclude each other even more. This is a stupid activity anyway. Look, I'm not in a good mood today, and I really don't feel like talking about it right now. Please go away. Damn. Shit, fuck me. Alright then. Connor, I think you saw something earlier you weren't supposed to see. I didn't have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why. She seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you, which shouldn't be a problem in itself. But when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just kind of gets some kind of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault, though, but I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, at least have it all together in my head, and I know how to treat my club members. But anyway, you want to read my poem now. I like the way this one turned out, and I hope you do too. The colors, they won't. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop! Violent, grafting waveforms, speaking, screeching, sine, cosine, tangent! Like playing a chipboard on the turntable, like playing a knife on a breathing ribcage! An endless, meaningless deleter. Holy shit, that was a roller coaster. Deleter, what are you talking about? Why would I want a deleter? Delete who? Sorry, it was kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Fine. I will save my game. Here you go. I saved it. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. Please help me. Okay. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay. Who should I show my poem to next? Oh, Jeff Goldblum. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Connor, this one might be even better than yesterday's. How'd you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving him more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. That makes me so happy. It's so amazing to feel like I'm valued, Connor. Everything that you write is a treasure to me. My heart just pounds just holding it. I want to write a poem about this feeling. Is that bad, Connor? I'm not being weird, right? I'm having a harder time than usual concealing my emotions. I'm kind of embarrassed. But right now I just want to read my poem too, okay? Alright. Wheel. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding, bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a torn harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time, devouring stakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars, God disproving the existence of God, a wheel rotating in 6 dimensions, 40 gears and a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation by the planet, a clock that ticks 40 times every time it clicks every second time, a bolthead of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world, a kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks, a time-devouring prayer connecting the sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox, breathing bolthead, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing stakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. Bro, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. That's just words to me, bro. I don't know what that's even supposed to mean. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That's a pen fell in your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes. So I wrote this poem with it, and now that you're touching it, I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. Bro, what the hell am I doing? You've unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Sure. That's not a poem. What the fuck? That ain't a poem? Okay, everyone. Oh my god. My cursor is now Sayori. We're all done reading each other poems, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone can come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in a few days. We'll end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do good with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. I'm going to keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Connor joined, and we've started some club activities, but this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival's only a real chance to find more, you know? What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Do you mean to show your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find more feelings than brought to you here in the first place? The literature club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place to it should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Connor? Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of Connor to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, do you really think any of us here joined a club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Connor joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And Connor isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monica's clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Connor want to get more members too, but... Right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I'd probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue this situation... No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way as I did? But that doesn't mean we're against getting new members or anything. Connor, why'd you even join this club? Were you even hoping to get out of it? Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if I'm starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for anyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many places like that for me. And now Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No, Connor, it's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it in. If I wanted it, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? I mean, how nice and quiet is the club right now? I'm just happy you're with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. Holy fuck. I still do my best to consider everyone's perspective in the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Connor? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monica. I decided giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. And I don't think about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's the way I will end up making the Literature Club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Yes, each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in new members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. Bro, his blood keeps dripping from that eye ever since that. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you'd like to help Monica with the festival, and I'm on your side as well. All right, well, maybe we could all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey, Yuri. Yeah, I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president, and also a wonderful friend. Monica, I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay? Me too. Yeah, let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay, I look forward to it. Shall we go, Connor? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Connor before we leave. I just want to see what he thinks of this time here and all that. It's important to me as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay, I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Bye. Phew. Things have been a little hectic lately, haven't they? Connor, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel like I'm kind of responsible for that as president, and I really do care about you, you know? I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With them how mean Natsuki is and everything, and Yuri being a little bit, sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here, you know what I mean? But it's weird, and all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess technically it's only been a couple days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say anything weird. There's just some things I've been hoping to talk with you. Things that I know only you could understand. So that's why, wait, no, not yet. No, stop it. Jesus. If you're wondering what the poster is in the back there that I've been censoring, yeah, it's Sayori, just hanging about. I'm sure if you get it, but I don't want to have every single episode be disturbing like that, you know what I mean? But that's gonna have to be it for today. My name is LaserFighter111. If you guys want to see more Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, be sure to leave a like. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to this video for more awesome content, and I will see you guys later.